Hey everyone, welcome to the health insurance webinar in Ghana. I'm super excited to have you join today. If you just joined in, please let us know in the chat what city you're joining from in Ghana. That'd be kind of cool to see if we have a few folks joining from the same place and stuff like that. Um, so this webinar is again for Ghana. So if you happen to join from a different location, different country, we'll likely have a different webinar there soon. So um, uh, stay tuned on the Andela chat. Today we're going to be talking about the available health insurance options in Ghana. My name is Stanislav Alexeyenko, and I'm in charge of the health insurance program at Andela. The reason why we have this program for you guys is because we are looking to bridge the gap between being a full-time employee and a contractor. And essentially what we strive to do when we introduce a new partnership is to find a well-established known company that is willing to offer really competitive health insurance policies, really good terms, and reasonably priced premiums as well. And so we do our best to negotiate down the best deal for you. And I'm super excited to be running this webinar today with Acacia and Dr. Papa on the occasions and joining us. So we will be going through available options and some of the plans. But the most important thing is that I want to make sure that you get the best value. You get the best value out of this webinar. So obviously, you took time out of your day to join today. It means you're curious. You want to learn what it is that we're offering. And so I would like to encourage you to utilize your time as much as possible and make sure to ask questions, whatever is on your mind. If you're uncertain, unsure about like a certain aspect of the health insurance policy or the benefit, this is a great time for you today to ask this question. And now you can actually do it in two different ways. So on the right side of the screen, you should be able to see a Q&A tab. So this is the section where you can just submit your question. You can also send your question in under the chat tab as well. So there are two ways you can do it. As Dr. Papa goes through the presentation and the questions come up and stuff like that, feel free to throw them in right away. You don't have to wait. As soon as you have kind of like, wow, I have this question, type it in. That's totally fine. And then at the end of the webinar, once we're done with the presentation on available options, we will then go through each of the questions you've sent and make sure that each of them gets answered at the very end. So this is, again, a health insurance webinar in Ghana. So if you just join in, and I'm super excited to be with you today. So now that we've gone through a little bit of intros here, I just wanted to run a poll really quick and see if how many of you actually have a health insurance plan today. So you should be able to see a poll on the screen. It says, do you currently have health insurance coverage? So two simple options there, yes or no. So I'm just gonna give you guys a little bit of time to answer the question and we can move forward there. Yeah, so don't be shy. This is absolutely anonymous. Would not be able to tell exactly who's answered what. So, okay. So I'm seeing that a couple of people put down that they do have a health insurance policy. That's great. So if you are obviously, this would be probably super interesting for someone who is in the market and looking for like a health insurance coverage today. But obviously, if you already have a health insurance policy, that's also a great opportunity for you to kind of learn what's being offered through Acacia. And then you can evaluate if what you currently have, how it stands, how it stacks up against the Acacia's offering, and I'm pretty positive you might find out that what's offered through Acacia is much better, might be much better what you have today. So, but we're gonna end the ball now and move forward with a quick conversation between Dr. Papa and I, and just kind of, gain a little bit more information about the company, their mission, and stuff like that, so you guys get an idea um, of Acacia as a service, as a health insurance provider in Ghana. So, Dr. Papa, I'm just gonna let you to kind of introduce yourself, tell us about your experience with Acacia and stuff like that, and then I'll just ask you a few questions.
Hi, Stas. Can you
Hello.
guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you and see you, which is great. Good to see your face.
Okay. Sorry, I think I'm having a bit of an internet challenge here. The gremlins have decided to attack me on the weirdest of days, but I hope everyone is well.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. So I was just wondering if you could kind of introduce yourself to us, talk about your experience, and then
Okay,
I'll just ask you a
so
few questions. Mhm.
very well. All right, so good afternoon to everyone on the call. My name is Dr. Papa Nii Maale-Adsei. I'm the head of growth with Acacia Health Insurance, but I'm not here alone. I'm actually here with my MD as well. Dr. Dan Vincent. I don't know if Dr. Dan, are we able to see Dr. Dan?
So I don't think we can see them. Dr. Dan. I see that they are the attendee for today, but they would have been have to we would have had to add them as a speaker. Oh yeah, here you go. Okay,
Yes. Okay.
awesome. So, yeah,
Yeah. Okay, so I'm here as well. I hope that everybody can see and hear me as well.
yeah, we can. Dr. Dan, could you please introduce yourself and tell us what you do at Acacia as well?
Okay, so as you've already mentioned, my name is Dr. Danamo, and I'm the MD for Acacia Health Insurance.
Hmm. And for people that don't know what MD stands for, could you let us know
Oh,
what it is?
sorry, I'm the Managing Director for Acacia Health Insurance.
Okay, wonderful, great, awesome. Well, great to have you guys here. So, tell us a little bit more about Acacia and its mission, and how do you think your mission contributes to the well-being of Andela community?
Okay, so is this for me, or this one is for Dr. Papani? Anyway, I was just asking, but let me answer that. Acacia Health is part of the enterprise group. And then for all of us in the enterprise group, we have a big vision in this world. Our vision is that in all markets that we operate, we want you to be able to appreciate that we're a very experienced insurance company. We
Mhm.
have the strengths that everybody will be able to uh, see and appreciate and feel in the offerings that we have on the market. We also have the expertise that we want everybody to value. We have solutions to meet everyone's needs. And so if you look across the whole enterprise group, our offerings are in all ways. So from your life insurance to your health insurance to your general insurance to motor insurance to home and to property. And we also have got funeral services as well. And so if you are looking for anything in insurance, I think that there's just only one stop shop for you. That is with the enterprise group. And we say that we have solutions for everybody from the womb up to the tomb.
Mhm.
Our mission mainly is to be able to provide all who would come into contact with us their needed advantage. I mean, so for any advantage that you are looking for, once you look at enterprise, you should be able to have your answer. Scaling it down to what we do at Acacia Health, we are uh, focused in offering health insurance solutions. And then so for a while now, health insurance, even though we all know a bit about it, I don't think that it's been an issue on our mind. But as we look at where we are as a country, looking at all the economic issues that we face now, I think that we all do agree that the next few years there might be a bit of a challenge with us in the area of the economy. And so, as we look at finding ways to secure our own selves and the health of our families, I think that one way that we can easily do or we can easily adapt is to be able to enroll onto a good health insurance plan that would offer you some solutions, because it's not likely that on the day that you are unwell you would be able to raise all the finances that you need to be able to afford healthcare. So, as we engage with you and your team and everybody else on the call, we hope that we will be able to offer you some solutions which will meet the needs that they are looking for. And then once you have a good partner in Acacia, I think that that should be what you would be able to have as your security in the next few years to come.
Yeah,
Thank you,
and I'm
Minister.
so that's amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. Dan, for sharing this. I think you definitely hit the nail when you were talking about the financial sort of stability and security. Obviously, with health insurance bill, you never know like what might happen, and health insurance bills can be quite high, and so just taking that proactive step towards your health and financial well-being, it's super important. And that's obviously possible through getting an individual health insurance policy here. Um, that's great. So the other question I had for you guys is, what do you like the most about partnering with Andela?
I lost you a bit, so I didn't hear exactly what
Yeah.
you
So
were
my question
saying.
was, what do you guys like the best about partnering with Andela?
So let me just say that healthcare and health needs are something that all of us, whether you are a worker, whether you have you have an income, whether you have no income, it's something that all of us need. And so for us, we have been looking to form as many partnerships as we can so that we would be able to bring our own solutions to anyone who would need that. Um, Fortunately for us, this is actually our very first partnership with a firm like that. And so I'm very, very excited with this whole partnership with Andela, and I know that we would do a lot of very good to each other. I mean, we are offering the solutions to your staff. They would also have the opportunity to experience our services, and there's a lot that we can learn from that. And hopefully, whatever we learn would be something that we would be able to use to extend to other partnerships. And so we are very excited about this because this is actually a first in the market, and we hope that this will meet your need as well as that of ours, and not just only ours, but as more so for the clients that we both um, stand in here in the hope that we'll be able to serve them whenever they need us.
Yeah, 100%. And I totally agree with you there. I would say that it's kind of like an unconventional setup, right? In all the different ways. Because traditionally speaking, a company would sponsor health insurance policy for someone who works there. But in our case, you guys are introducing individual health insurance policy to the Andela community, and they respond. And if a given software engineer likes a plan, they will then pay their own premium for it. And so I think in the current economy where the tech industry is growing exponentially, and we have a lot of people that are working remotely from especially in Ghana, right? In Ghana, I think we have some projections where the Andalaton community would go up. The number of the Andela town community people there would go up by quite a significant number. And so introducing these policies is sort of kind of opening up a door for you into sort of the new kind of niche, so to say, right? The new market. And obviously it's benefiting our talent, but hopefully, it would be something that would become more common and would be available to people on a larger scale as well. Um, so that's really great insights. Thank you so much, Dr. Dan, for this. We're gonna go into the presentation so you guys can finally learn a little bit more about the plans and Acacia again. If you just joined recently, please, just a reminder that you can we would like to encourage you to submit your question. So as we go through the presentation, as soon as a question comes up, please send it in the Q&A tab or the chat tab. At the very end of the webinar, we'll make sure to go through all of those questions. Again, I just want to make sure that you guys maximize your time here. So obviously, if you joined today, you're curious, you're willing to learn a little bit more, you might have some burning questions. So by all means, I would like to make it as useful for you as possible. So please do send your questions in. And then before we go into the presentation mode, I just wanted to run another poll and see see how many people are you looking to insure. So some of you already have a plan. So if you already have a plan, just let us know how many people you did insure under your health insurance coverage. Again, this is just, gives us an idea of if you're just looking to insure yourself or your family. And that would be kind of a cool insight there. So you should be able to see the question on the screen. How many people are you looking to insure? Just myself, just one person, myself, a partner, 2 people, and myself, partner, and children, 3+ people. Again, this is anonymous, so don't be shy. I wouldn't be able to tell exactly what answers you submitted. Okay, so we have kind of like an even breakdown here. All right, so we are going to go ahead and close the poll, and we're going to move into the presentation mode. So I'm going to be sharing the screen, Dr. Pop and Dr. Dan. So if you just cue me in on anything that needs to be moved over, and I will do so. But let's bring you on stage, and it's all you guys.
Okay, so thank you very much, Stas. Thank you very much, Stas, for that. Guys, I don't know whether you can see me. Let's hope that at least the gremlins have been addressed. The issues pertaining to the gremlins have been addressed. But guys, just like my MD says, and I don't want to have to repeat him, we're actually really excited to be working with Andela, and Enterprise Group as a whole actually does promise it does offer the promise of a whole lot of different products and exciting, innovative options to all of our clients, starting with health insurance. So we're really excited where we are and where we intend to go as we move ahead. I might have to go through the whole next slide thing, but Stas, if you would please just indulge me for that. If you don't mind, I think just for bandwidth purposes, I'm going to turn off my camera while we do this presentation, but I'll turn it back on at the end. Hopefully that should help with my connection. So next slide, please. Okay. So simply put, Acacia Health Insurance, we're a fully commercialized private health insurance provider that was established in 2012. We're licensed by the National Health Insurance Authority, which is the regulator for health insurance in Ghana. We're currently a subsidiary of the Enterprise Group, as was shared, and we have over 36,000 policyholders right now. I think we have also the largest service provider coverage with over 650 service providers across the country. Basically, to just even read what that slide even says, that our focus is on exceeding our members' expectations by delivering outstanding healthcare management. Really, we know that especially in times like this where money is hard to come by, and really people have to try and prioritize what they focus their funds on. Healthcare is a very important part because as the only element of your life that is a little harder to predict and a little harder to manage. So we try to encourage people to consider the best financing options when it comes to managing your healthcare. We believe that as Acacia Health Insurance, we are in the best position to provide that service. Next slide, please. Sorry, next slide, please.
Hey, Dr. Papa. Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm
is
having a
it
hard
shifted?
I'm having a hard time
Ah,
hearing you. So if you on the screen, I think there is you should see, so right under the screen with the slide, there is like a stage word there, and there is a volume bar. So you just have to kind of slide that volume bar all the way to the right, and I think it should help us to hear you better.
it's actually all the way to the right. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So and now I think we can hear you better too.
Okay.
Seems like okay. Let's go back to the presentation.
Okay. So if you can move on to the sorry. So did you guys hear the first slide? Did you hear my presentation on the first slide, please? Hello, Stas. Sorry, I can't seem to hear you.
All right. So I think you guys, we're having a little bit of difficulties there. Um, our team at Acacia is looking to figure out how they can make the volume a little bit better. I see that Andrew messaged that he was able to hear the presentation first slide just fine. That's great. Let us know in the chat if you guys were able to hear Dr. Papa okay. If most of you say yes, then maybe we should just move forward. If not, we'll see and try to find a way to fix it. Um, let us know in the chat. Okay. In the meantime, while Dr. Papa is working on fixing it, Dr. Dan, do you think? Okay, we heard him. Okay, cool. So I see that you guys were able to hear Dr. Papa. Okay. Well, if everything's okay, then we can just move forward, Dr. Papa, and might be yeah. So Dr. Dan, while Dr. Popper is a little bit
Hi.
away,
Hi,
you might.
Stars. Okay, so I'm not, how do you put it? The role of Dr. Dan at this point in time is going to be played by myself. Sorry, I think I'm having an issue with my device. So I literally had to just move offices. So simply put, like you see in soaps, that's what's going to happen. So please, can we shift on? Was the first slide okay, or can we shift on to the next one? No, I can't. Okay, so good. So just as Dr. Dan was saying as well, our big idea, our mission statement, more or less, is to provide all who come into contact with us their desired advantage because we are the best at what we do. And it's not just something that we want to say, but it's actually something we want to believe and apply. That we believe we are the best at offering whatever health insurance or health financing needs you will need for yourself and for your family overall. Next slide, please. So the question everybody would want to ask, why choose Acacia? What makes Acacia different? What makes Acacia unique? In addition to what I've said, that we're part of the enterprise group and that positions us uh, strongly because then we have the ability to present you with different options from the various subsidiaries. Within Acacia as well, we actually pride ourselves with having certain key elements like excellent IT support. We do have that IT support across our offering across our value chain within the company. I know I'm talking to IT guys, so this is the point in time where people are going to start asking the deep questions about what specific IT support we have. But I think I'll pause on that and defer that to a later on part of the conversation. Also, we are quite known in the market for paying our claims promptly. If you want a health insurance provider, you look for one that doesn't just offer you the access to the health care services, but one that actually pays its claims and pays its bills to its providers promptly. Because if we pay the bills to the providers, it actually translates into excellent service to you, the clients. So Acacia, we are known for being the number one in terms of prompt claim payments. Typically, we pay our claims in less than 30 days overall. We also have a wide provider network, like I indicated. And also, we do provide a 24-hour call center service. So, at any time of the day, if you need to be able to reach out to us for some level of clarity or something, we are available to you. But very rarely does that happen as well because we do have the level of service that is provided all the time. Our management team, I would say, has over 60 years of combined experience in the health insurance space. So that should tell you exactly what we are looking at and what the level of experience within Acacia is. Lastly, and most importantly, especially in this period, you want a health insurance provider who isn't just available to pay claims, but is available to supply the services that it needs to supply. So solvency for any good business at this point in time is very important and very key for you when you think about a health insurance provider. I can confidently say that Acacia is not in a position where, in spite of all that's happening, we are financially exposed. We are quite solvent in this period, and we will be ready to pay claims and manage your health financing needs. Next slide, please. So overall, our management team, these are just the key members, but it's actually a larger team than this. But we have our MD who you've met, Dr. Danamu, our head of growth, who is a certain gentleman called Dr. Papani Maale-Adsei. We also have our head of operations, Mr. Samson Safo, and Henry is our head of finance. I also have two deputies who are in charge of sales and client relations, Justine and Maureen. I'm sure if we start this process, you will eventually meet one or two of them in one capacity or the other very soon. Next slide, please. So overall, what are our benefits to you? I'm sure a lot of you have seen the plans and what has been shared so far, but on the next slide, just as an overview of what we're offering you a bespoke retail family health package for you and your dependents. So depending on what you're offered and depending on the total number of dependents that you have, there is a package for you that should hopefully fit a specific price need for your clients. But overall, it's monthly premiums that are going to be starting at about 120 CDs. Each of our plans are going to be a 1 year committed plan. We have inpatient care that starts at 30,000 and ends up at about 100,000. Outpatient as well, between 3 to 10,000 as well. And obviously, it comes with our coverage to all the Acacia healthcare facilities. Also, dental and optical, you have the various price limits, and these are based on the specific plans that you choose. And there are no waiting periods to access healthcare. However, we have put in a waiting period for maternity benefits. There are a couple of things that we will waive, especially because it's a group that normally we would have assigned a waiting period to as we move ahead. I would pause at this point and say that anyone from the Andela network can access this offering. But the main thing about it is, in addition to accessing this offering, we would like to hear from you, how you're finding this service, what your feedback is, how you feel we can improve it. We believe we are the best at what we do, not because we impose the best on you, but because we believe that you make us the best clients. So once you've seen these plans and we start implementing and executing, if there are things and suggestions that you'd want to be able to present to us, please do not hesitate so that we can help improve the quality of service that we provide you. Next slide, please. So in terms of our add-on benefits from Acacia, now these are all available, but more or less they are optional as well for those who'd want to sign on. I would actually think you might be attracted by the very first option, the telemedicine service, which more or less gives you the comfort of getting your healthcare right from home. You can speak to our partner doctors who can actually do all the consultations and write out all the prescriptions and lab requests from you from the comfort of your home. So you don't even need to get up and go anywhere. For those of you who may be on specific chronic illnesses, we do have a chronic benefit program that's been set up and established for people who would want to opt into this program. And this, we provide care, as in advice, we provide medications, we provide access to specific doctors. So for those of you who may have maybe hypertension, diabetes, or something, we're there to support you. We also have a partner that offers mail order prescription. So again, you can sit in your house and get your prescriptions by just forwarding it to a specific number. We also offer periodic wellness and lifestyle management talks, annual medical checkups, and you will be assigned, your group will be assigned a medical advisor who would give you some advice on day-to-day activities around your medical issues, and also with issues pertaining to your utilization. As well, in some of our facilities, we actually have hospital care managers who are there to help you when you go to these facilities and help facilitate the process and make your experience in the hospital a bit more easier to use. Next slide, please. So simply put, how can you access healthcare? More or less, once you enroll, once your details are sent to us and you are able to enroll, you are given an Acacia membership card, and congratulations, you're part of the Acacia family. So all you need to do, walk into an accredited service provider, complete the claim form if you have to, if that's applied. If that isn't applied, the health service provider will let you know what you have to do. You're processed, you see your GP or specialist, and then you access whatever services. You do not pay a dime. You do not pay a cent. You do not pay a peso. So you walk in, you show your Acacia card, you follow the processes, you are seen by the doctors, you leave, you receive a text message that actually confirms that you were seen by the doctor, and that's it. Once that comes out, so long as you are working within your utilization and within your limits, that's all you need to do if you are on Acacia. Next slide, please. So yes, every health insurance provider will have a set of exclusions, and regardless of the situation, these are some of the other exclusions that we provide. So basically, rehabilitation other than physiotherapy. For physio, we will cover. If you're doing any other kind of rehabilitation, we will need to actually understand what that is and vet it, and then pre-authorize or otherwise whether that rehabilitation is actually undercover. We do not cover cosmetic surgery. Yes, there are. We will cover for plastic surgery cases, especially if they are severe and they are within medical limits, but not for cosmetic purposes. Assisted reproduction and fertility treatment, I'm sorry, we do not cover for that. overseas diagnosis and treatment, medical examinations for non-medical purposes, sexual and erectile dysfunctions, OTC medications, mortuary services. We do not cover for mortuary, but our partner Transitions, Enterprise Funeral Services, we would be happy to provide you an embedded service for that. That will come at a slightly extra cost than what you're seeing. As well as, in addition to the reproduction and fertility treatment, family planning, contraceptives, and dietary supplements, including slimming tablets, we do not cover. Next slide, please. So, what do we want from you? I mean, I know, Stanislav, you asked the question about what's the best part of working with Andela, but my question as well our question to you is, what do we want from you? We want partners in growth. We believe that healthcare financing is a very critical part of everybody's life, and we want to be able to work with you to find the most affordable solutions for you to be able to access your healthcare and provide that added value of ensuring that you live long and prosper. That in itself is what gives us the most joy and the most excitement about what we do, making sure that we're improving the quality of life as well, not just treating patients, but also focusing on wellness and healthcare prevention in whatever way we can, and making sure it's actually most affordable to everyone. So thank you so much for hearing me out in this part of the presentation. I hope I've been able to give you a bit more overview on Acacia Health Insurance. Thank you very much, and I'll open up to questions now. Thank you.
Dr. Papa, for this presentation. That was
Yeah.
wonderful. I personally had a question really quick. There was a slide with an
Okay.
abbreviation, AHI. What does that stand for?
Oh, that's just Acacia Health Insurance. Acacia Health
Okay,
Insurance.
okay, got it. Okay, awesome. Great. So let's see if we had any questions. Looks like the folks today are kind of shy, so no questions have been submitted. But I would just kind of go over, and there is one question that always comes up, and I just want to make sure to address it today with everyone on the call. The question is, does everyone in the Andela Talent Network have access to the offering? And the answer is yes. As long as you are in the Andela Talent Network, you have an Andela email domain, you are qualified to go ahead and take advantage of the plans that are being offered through Acacia in Ghana. So you don't currently have to be on an active engagement. Obviously, it takes a little bit of time for you to get placed, especially if you just joined, and stuff like that. The interview process can be pretty involved. But as long as you're in the Andela Talent Network, you have an Andela email, you are qualified to go ahead and get advantage of the health insurance, individual health insurance policy with Acacia. Another question that oftentimes kind of creates another thing that oftentimes creates confusion is, do I have to pay my own premium? And the answer to that is yes. So if you've seen a plan that you personally find great, you like the limits on outpatient and patient benefits, dental, vision, and you want to go ahead and take advantage of it, that's great. So essentially, I'm gonna ask. We would encourage you to go to the health insurance page. So there is actually a few things you can do. Right. First of all, you can learn on your own at whenever it's most convenient for you on the page here. It's the Andela Help Center, and so there is an article there that is designated for Ghana. So it basically talks about the partnership. It has links to the benefits. Has links to the hospitals that are being covered and stuff like that. So you can evaluate this information on your own to kind of make an educated decision whether or not you would like to move forward with this. When you click on the one of the links there that basically says monthly premiums, you will see that there are 4 different plans that are being offered with a variety of limits for outpatient, inpatient dental vision, just what Dr. Papa was going over a few minutes ago. And so you can decide which one works best for you. If you, after seeing this and analyzing that information, if you decide that, yes, I want to move forward with this, you should go ahead and submit a request for health insurance on this page, and they'll so it's right here. And I think we might even put up a button for it right now with Daniel. Vanessa had set it up, but I don't know if it's something we can do right now there.
Sorry,
But this,
Stas, are you sharing another screen? Because I still see my presentation.
oh no, I'm not sharing any other screen
Ah,
yet.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So yeah, so in the chat, I just sent you guys a link to the health insurance page. Let me actually see if I can share it. That's a good idea. Let me share that page with you guys. So this is the health insurance page that I just linked in the chat. But this is where you would go to submit your request. Essentially, if after analyzing all the information, sorry, hold on a second. If after analyzing all the information, this helps an article about the available plans, right? Looking at the hospitals that are supported and stuff like that. If everything seems good to you, then the next step there is to go on the health insurance page here and submit your request. So if you scroll under down to enroll today, you'll see that there is a button called Ghana, and you just click here, you submit your, so again, you're given an additional opportunity to review the premiums offered, the terms, see the hospitals that are covered, all the good stuff. And then if everything looks great, then you just click on the green button, what's next, and then you just fill out your information, your first, last name, email, phone number, date of birth, and country. And so once we have that information, my team, myself or my team, will be actually reaching out to you to confirm that you are in fact looking to purchase a policy, and then we will send over your information to Acacia. And so then Acacia will contact you. You would pay your own premium for a health insurance plan. Again, it's a minimum of a 1 year commitment, but the plans start at as low as 120 GHS per month. So again, it's very affordable, very competitive. And then you will have health insurance coverage. As soon as you pay for your plan, you get access to healthcare right away. So again, it's we just want to make sure that you don't have to kind of wait around for the benefit to kick in. And as Dr. Papa mentioned, there is a 1 year waiting period for maternity benefits. Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure I share this with you all today. Do you guys have any questions there? So I see there were 2 questions that just popped in. The offers plans shown here are only available to members of the Andela network. Yes, so it's an important piece of information here for you to take advantage of what's being offered through Acacia. It's you have to be in the Andela Talent Network. If you're currently not in the Andela Talent Network and you sort of maybe you came from Andela Learning Community or you learned about it some other way, I would like to encourage you to go ahead and apply to be in the Andela Talent Network. You can do it on our website, andela.com. There is a section where you can, submit your application and stuff like that. We always looking for qualified software engineers with a variety of different skills to meet our clients' needs and, make sure that you are doing your best, realizing your potential in your career as well. So, I would go ahead and apply if you're not in the Talent Network. If you're already there, then super easy. You just submit your request on the health insurance page, and it should be all good to go. So let me know if I was able to answer your question there. It's from Anonymous, so I'm not sure who sent that in. But if you need any more clarification, just type in another question. Okay. So the other one was, do I have to pay, for instance, 120 CDs every month, so long as I enroll on a plan? Are there on-time payments? So that's gonna be a question for Dr. Papa. I am gonna go ahead and actually share my screen with the overview of the premiums there really quick, so you guys can see. So let's see here. So yeah, so depending on the plan, so you have four plans to choose from, right? Unicare, Primary Care, Super Care Plus. So if you were looking to sign up for the Unicare plan, your annual premium would be 1,440 CDs a year. That basically comes down to 120 per month for this particular limit. So you have an outpatient limit of 3,000 CDs. You have the inpatient limit of 30,000, and then it includes, I believe it includes, yeah. So eye care, optical. So it includes also optical frames and lenses benefit and dental here as well. Has some additional information on additional benefits that are included too. So that's how essentially you can work with this document. If we were to kind of go up in your outpatient limit, for example, you can get oh yeah. So if you have additional family members you'd like to insure, you would just go up. Let's say it's you and your partner, right? So you would just look under the 5,000 limit there, and then you can scroll down and see what your monthly premium and your yearly premium is going to look like for that particular situation, and so on. Dr. Papa, can you talk about the on-time payments? How would they
Yeah.
be charged? Yeah.
So I'm guessing he meant one-time payments, so that in case they don't want to pay monthly, they can actually pay a single premium, pay at once, just pay once for all the premiums. So yes, they are annual policies. We will, for this particular policy, we're accommodating monthly, quarterly, half yearly, and annual payments. So yes, one-time payments are available for you if you want to do that, especially if you're paying for just yourself. You don't have to pay the monthly rates if you don't want to. However, just we do recognize that for some the flexibility might be more preferred. So in this case, we are
Mhm.
open to that. Yes,
Got it. So they have two options. They can either pay the annual premium upfront for the whole year, or they can just pay on a monthly basis.
on a monthly or
Yeah.
quarterly or half yearly basis.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so those are the options available to you guys. Thank you for the question there. Let us know if we were able to answer it okay. If you need any more clarification, please just type it down below. So I'm gonna stop my screen share here. Okay, okay. Screen options. Okay, this mean I would be paying premiums every year. So somebody asked a question. Does it mean I would be paying premiums every year? Yes. So again, we have a limitation here that I'm working with. Essentially, because you guys, so the reason why we're bringing in the health insurance program to you guys is because we want to make sure that we're bridging the gap between being a full-time employee and a contractor. You guys in the Andela Talent Network, and you are contractors, and obviously, part of the thing of being a contractor is that you don't get regular benefits as you would being a full-time employee, such as like health insurance, maybe some retirement plans, and all the other different benefits there. But with that said, though, Andela as a company is committed to making sure that you guys are set up for success, you're empowered, you can do your best work. And part of it means that your health is, taken care of. And because since you guys are contractors, unfortunately, we legally bound from sponsoring your health insurance premiums, because if we do, then one can argue, are you truly a contractor? But with that, though, the way we are delivering on that promise to kind of support you is through negotiating down a deal for you when it comes to health insurance. So the value proposition essentially basically boils down to, if you were to go look for a health insurance plan on your own, And if you were to compare what you found with what we're offering through Acacia today, you would see that what we have through Acacia as an individual health insurance policy is actually, very competitive, has really good terms, on waiting periods especially, and it's like a really great offer to take advantage of versus what you would find outside of it if you were to explore those options on your own in the market. And so, yes, so basically going back to your question, doesn't mean I would be paying premiums every year. It does mean that you would be responsible for paying your premiums yourself. So the Andela's portion here is that we've done our best to negotiate down a really good deal for you that you will likely not be able to find it. And then when we introduce it to you, and then when you look at it and you see and you decide that it is in fact worth it for you to go ahead and sign up for that health insurance plan, then you would be responsible for paying your own premiums. And then you can, as Dr. Papa mentioned, you can pay those premiums on a monthly basis, quarterly, if it works best for you, or for you upfront. But when you sign up for a plan, it's a 1 year commitment. So yes, if let's say you decided to pay monthly today for a Unicare plan for just yourself with a 3,000 CDs limit for inpatient care, then it means you pay 120 today, and then you will be paying 120 every month for a year. And then next year, when the next year comes, and if you decide to continue the coverage, you would still be paying your own premium there. So let us know if that makes sense. Dr. Papa, did I say it okay? Okay, so Dr. Papa is muted, but if there is anything you would like to add into it, let us know, okay?
But I think your explanation would suffice, yes.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. So I think so. I'm not seeing any other questions there, you guys. So I'm just gonna give you 1 more minute to kind of submit an additional question. Before we go, though, I do want to run the last poll for today, which is what plan do you think you'd like to go for? So if we can make this possible, that'd be great. I'm just gonna share my screen again. Hold on. So these are the plans here. So you have Unicare, Premium Care, Super Care, and Super Care Plus. So you have 4 options to choose from. Again, essentially the difference between these plans is in the limits that you get. I just want to see, based on what you've heard and learned today, what plan would you be likely to go for outside of the 4 options? So let us know. Don't know if we're gonna run a poll today. Seems like we might have some difficulties there, but you can just let us know in the chat, and that would be perfect. All right, so let me just check the Q&A section one more time. Okay, so it looks like we went through all the questions, you guys. So I don't see anything popping in. So if you actually have additional questions that you sort of come up after the webinar, that's totally fine, and happens to me all the time. Please send me a message on Andela chat. My name is Stanislav Alexeyenko there, and I would make sure to reply to you right away. Or if there is a question that I'm personally not able to answer, I will connect you to the right person at Acacia to get that handled. It's been a pleasure running the webinar today. Again, I'm personally super excited that we now have this amazing partnership in Ghana. It's been a long way in the making, and it's always feels great that we were finally able to push through there. I hope you guys find value in those health insurance plans. I hope you take advantage of them. It's very important to take care of your health, and as they say, sound mind and sound body, right? So just prioritizing your health, I think, sort of sets you up for success in your personal life, work life, and everywhere else. And again, having a health insurance coverage also protects you from any sort of future possible situation that no one is really insured from. And so again, it goes back to financial stability. So if you don't have a health insurance plan, highly encourage you to look at different options and see and kind of get one. If during the process you find the Acacia plan is really good for you, then by all means go ahead and sign up. You can submit your request on the page that's linked in the chat, or if for some reason you can't find it afterwards, you can just type in Andela Health Insurance on your browser and it'll pop up right away. With that, we're going to wrap up for today. Thank you, Dr. Popper and Dr. Dan, for joining. I really appreciate your time. It's been great having this webinar with you. And I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week. Thank you again.
Thank you, Stas and team. Have a
Alrighty.
blessed week as well. Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.